Hey ladies, Coach Chelsey Rae here. And if you've ever felt like you're doing everything right, you're tracking your food, you're eating clean, you're walking, you're getting your steps in, you're getting your workouts in, but your body still isn't budging, right? I want you to lean in with me for the next 20, 30 minutes because this right here might be the reason why your metabolism feels broken, okay? It's not your age. It's not that you need another detox or to give up bread forever, okay? What's really going on is something called metabolic adaptation, and it's literally your body's survival system working against your goals. Okay. And I've been there. Okay. In my 20s, I thought, the less I ate and the more I worked out, the better. I lived off of caffeine, a handful of snacks as I was just go, 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 go. And then when I started to put on a little bit of weight, especially around the belly, I thought there was something wrong, right? But spoiler alert, wasn't me. It was actually my metabolism protecting me. So today we're going to unpack exactly what that means, how to tell if it's happening to you and what to do about it so that your body actually starts working with you again instead of fighting you every step of the way. So what is metabolic adaptation? Well, let's start really simple, okay? Metabolic adaptation is when your body adjusts how many calories it burns based on how many calories it's getting. So if you eat less for a really long time, your body starts to burn less. If you eat more, it burns more. Sounds unfair, right? But it's actually a really brilliant design, okay? Thousands of years ago, we didn't have grocery stores or DoorDash. There was days or weeks where food was really scarce, right? So your metabolism got smart. It slowed down in order to conserve energy. So here's an easier way to think about it. When your iPhone battery gets low and it switches to like low power mode, right? It dims the screen, it pauses your updates, it turns off any background apps. Well, that's exactly what your metabolism does when it's been under eating, overstressed, or over exercising. It's survival mode. Now, fast forward to today, because none of us are starving because there's no food, right? We're starving ourselves on purpose through crazy dieting. But that same survival mechanism that used to save us, it now makes it almost impossible to lose fat when you've been dieting for too long. So how do you know if this is you? Well, let's go through a few signs, okay? If you're eating 1,200 to 1,500 calories a day and nothing's happening. If you used to be able to drop 5 pounds in a week and now nothing's happening. If you're tired all the time, no matter how much caffeine you drink. If you have lost your muscle tone, you start to feel softer, even if the scale hasn't changed. If your hunger is weird, either you're like never hungry or you could eat like the entire pantry at night. If your sleep sucks, if you feel cold more often, if your digestion is sluggish, like we got bloating, constipation, or that like really heavy belly feeling. And my favorite one to call out, your mood. If you're snappy, you're irritable, anxious, and just off. Do any of those sound familiar to you? Yeah, okay. So I had a client, Brenda, who came to me. She was eating about, on average, 1,300 calories. She was walking 7 miles a day. She hadn't lost a pound in 6 months. Her hair was starting to thin out. Her sleep was awful, and she swore that her metabolism was broken. But we discovered that her metabolism had just adapted to her new normal. And so once we started feeding her more and focusing on strength instead of punishment, her body like woke up again. And that's what this is all about, is getting your metabolism to wake back up, to work for you and not against you. Now, this is where my midlife ladies, my perimenopause, menopause crowd, listen up, okay? When your hormones start shifting, you're already in a vulnerable spot metabolically, right? Our estrogen starts to decline, and that in turn affects muscle mass and how your body stores fat. Then lower progesterone can really wreak havoc on our sleep. It spikes our cortisol. And then testosterone, which helps you build lean muscle, it also takes a nosedive. So if you combine that with years of dieting, skipping meals, or living in that high stress mode, your metabolism is basically like, nope, I'm not burning anything else today. And that's why you'll hear women say, like, what worked in my 20s or even in my 30s, it doesn't work anymore. It's not your imagination. It's your body. Literally, your body is like on a whole new operating system. Okay. But here's the hopeful part though. Your metabolism is adaptable both ways. It can downshift, yes, but it can also be rebuilt. And so what not to do when we're stuck is what I want to talk about next. So some of the biggest mistakes I see women make once they realize they're stuck is, number one, they start cutting their calories even lower. Okay. You're already in the ditch. Don't dig it any deeper. Okay. When you slash from like 1,400 calories to like 1,900 calories, your body doesn't burn more fat. It burns less. And it's going to start using muscle for energy. And that's the last thing you want. And in turn, eating that low calorically, your body starts pulling stores from other systems. So hormones get way jacked up, digestion, cellular turnover. I mean, it is just a snowball effect in so many ways when we are under eating and pulling stores from other operating systems, and your body just starts to shut down. Number two, doing more cardio. I know this feels like the answer. I know that was what worked for us, a few years ago, maybe, was to just burn more, right? Like burn more calories. Wrong. Excessive cardio can increase the stress hormones, and it breaks down your muscle tissue, and that lowers your resting metabolism even more. Okay. The third thing is jumping diets. And I say this so much, ladies, like probably the most common thing I see is jumping diets. We go to keto, to fasting, to this shake and this magic pill on the TikTok and this detox, you name it, right? Every time you hop to the next extreme plan, you're reinforcing that cycle of stress and deprivation. And ladies, you cannot out willpower a metabolically adapted body, okay? We have to outsmart it. Got to give it a different stimulus, okay? So here's the good stuff, how to fix it, okay? We don't heal by cutting more. We heal by rebuilding. And this is where something called reverse dieting comes in. Reverse dieting means slowly increasing your calories just a little at a time to bring your metabolism back up to maintenance, back up to normal. So let's break this down step by step, okay? So step one, stop guessing. Track your current intake honestly for at least a week. No judgment, just data. You got to have a starting point. Like, where are you really? Everything, every taste, lick, bite, everything. No judgment, no embarrassment, just data collection. Where are you really starting from? Step two, find your true maintenance. Okay, so this is the number of calories where your body maintains its weight without big up and down swings. Okay. And the third step is to start increasing slowly. Okay, so we're going to add 50 to 100 calories a week, focusing on nutrient-dense whole foods, especially protein, ladies. Number four is to strength train. So building muscle is a non-negotiable. Okay, muscle is what keeps your metabolism high. Think of it as adding like little furnaces all over your body that burn calories, even when you're sitting on your butt. Okay. Step five is manage your lifestyle. Okay, we got to get these dialed in. That's sleep, stress, hydration, daily movement. They all matter way more than you think. And when your stress is through the roof, your sleep is trash. Your body holds on to fat no matter how clean we're eating. And yes, this does take time. Okay, reverse dieting, it's not sexy. It's not a 21-day detox or a quick shred. It's months of nourishing your body and rebuilding trust with it again. But once your metabolism is restored, you can eat more. You feel better, and you finally lose fat in a way that lasts. This isn't just like that yo-yoing back and forth, right? So, one of my clients, Michelle, she was terrified to eat more. She had been stuck for years at 1,400 calories, and we slowly brought her up to, it was like 1950, almost 2,000. Okay, 1,900, 1,950 right there for about 3-4 months, and her energy just was like through the roof. Her sleep improved, her digestion improved, and guess what? She dropped body fat as we were increasing her food. So she ate more and began to lose weight because her body felt safe and didn't feel like it had to store the extra. We didn't even have her in a fat loss phase yet, and she started to lose it. Your body doesn't want to fight you. It wants to feel safe again. And if you give it what it needs in order to operate optimally, it will, right? And it'll let go of what it doesn't need to store. So here's what I want you to do this week, okay? So number one, I want you to track your intake for real. No goof in it, no filters, no guilt, just data collection. It's going to bring a huge awareness around what you're actually consuming. Everything, every lick, bite, taste, everything, okay? Number two, start hitting your protein goal every day, okay? Most of you need more than what you are having right now, okay? So I want you to think like one palm size serving at every single meal, at least one palm size serving, okay? Number three is get 7 to 8 hours of sleep, okay? If you're scrolling TikTok at midnight, that's not your metabolism's fault, right? Take a little ownership on that. Screen time off, get to bed, get some rest, get that sleep in. Number four, get your steps in, okay? Not cardio, just daily movement. Okay, so this also helps your lymphatic system and your hormones to balance out by getting that daily movement. Okay, and then just walking, it can do so much. 5 is hydrate. Okay, half your body weight in ounces every day minimum. Okay, do those 5 things consistently, and I promise you, your metabolism is going to start feeling safer again. So now I know what you're thinking. Okay, I get this a lot. Like, okay, well, will I gain weight at first? And I'm going to be honest, maybe yes, a pound or 2, but it's going to be from water and glycogen, not fat. Okay. This is your body refilling the tank, and it's a good thing. Okay. The other question I get is like, okay, well, how long is this going to take? Well, it depends. I know not the answer we want, but it depends on how long you have been under eating. Okay. So usually what I have seen is it can take anywhere from 3 to 9 months to fully restore a metabolism. And again, it depends on how long that you've been abusing your metabolism, right? Like it didn't get there overnight, and it's not going to reverse it overnight. Okay. So usually we can have a lot of success between that 3 and 6 month mark, especially if we're focusing on those basics that I just mentioned. And the other question I get is, well, can I still do cardio? Because I know a lot of you love to run or do Orange Theory or, more intense, high intensity workouts. And absolutely, we just want to make sure it's supportive and not excessive. Okay. I would say like with your strength training, because you should be strength training 3 to 4 times a week. So maybe on the opposite days, 2 to 3 sessions a week max to make sure we're doing strength first. Okay. So like if we're doing them on the same day, do your strength training workout first, end it with your cardio. Okay. And then like, what about menopause? Well, even if your hormones have shifted or are shifting, you can still build muscle and repair your metabolism. It just takes some patience and it takes consistency. So bottom line, you're not broken. Your metabolism isn't broken. It's adaptive. It's been protecting you from years of chronic dieting and chronic stress. And if you've been living in that low power mode, it's just time to recharge the battery, right? So start feeding your body what it actually needs. Give it a rest, train smart, and those results are definitely going to follow. Okay. So if this hits home for you, drop your biggest aha moment in the comments below. I'd love to know. And if you want to find out exactly where your metabolism stands, I would love for you to take my free metabolic assessment. I'll link it at the bottom of this video if you haven't taken it before. I know there's a handful of you in this group that have taken it. And if you're in the challenge, a lot of you have taken it. But this is going to help you figure out whether you're ready for a fat loss phase or if you need to spend some time rebuilding first. So thanks for hanging out with me today, ladies. I'm Coach Chelsey Rae, helping women over 40 to stop the extremes, heal their metabolism, and finally feel strong and confident and alive in their bodies again. Now go feed that body, get some sleep, and let's keep going. Make it a great day.